Boeing just stunned the entire aviation world with a move nobody expected, a project everyone thought was dead, but now, thanks to Emirates, it's suddenly back in play and closer to reality than ever before. Because behind closed doors, Boeing is secretly studying a brand new giant, the Boeing 777-10. A stretched, ultra-long twin-engine monster that would become the largest twin-engine passenger jet ever built. And the moment Emirates revealed their latest 777X mega order at the Dubai Air Show, the real shock dropped. Boeing finally has the backing to push this aircraft toward a full launch. But what exactly is this 777-10 and why does it matter? Take the already massive 777-9, the largest member of Boeing's next-generation 777X family, and stretch it by roughly 16 feet. That extension would push the overall length to an incredible 268 feet, making it longer than a football field. We're talking about a twin-engine beast capable of carrying around 470 passengers or potentially even more, depending on how airlines configure the cabin. This would essentially make it the closest thing to a modern super jumbo, rivaling the capacity of aircraft like the Airbus A380, but with just 2 engines instead of 4. But the most interesting part is that the 777-10 isn't some brand new concept Boeing dreamed up last week. This idea has been floating around since the 2010s, when Boeing first considered stretching the 777X family. Back then, they established technical feasibility, meaning they knew it could be done from an engineering standpoint. But then, nothing happened. The project went dormant. Boeing focused on certifying the existing 777-9, 777-8, and the freighter variant, all of which have faced significant delays and remain uncertified nearly 6 years behind schedule. So why bring it back now? One word: Emirates. The Dubai-based airline just placed a massive order for 65 additional 777-9s at the Dubai Air Show, a deal worth a staggering $38 billion. But buried in that announcement was the real bombshell. Emirates has formally agreed to back Boeing's feasibility study for the 777-10. They've even secured options in the program that could be converted to this stretched variant. Emirates chairman Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum made their intentions crystal clear, stating they fully support the study and are very keen to purchase the aircraft if it's developed. This isn't just casual interest, this is Emirates putting serious weight behind the project. But here's the challenge Boeing faces: making this aircraft actually work. According to Justin Hale, Boeing's customer leader for the 777X, the biggest technical hurdle isn't about fitting the stretch or protecting the tail from over-rotation. Boeing's electronic tail skid protection system can handle that. The real concern is takeoff performance. For a twin-engine aircraft this massive, certification rules demand rigorous testing around critical engine failure scenarios. What happens if one engine fails during takeoff? Can the aircraft still maintain directional control? Can it achieve the required climb rate and takeoff distance on just one engine? These are life or death questions that must be answered before any regulatory authority would certify such a beast. Beyond engine outperformance, Boeing's study will also examine structural weight penalties from the stretch, payload range trade-offs, and overall market viability. Darren Hulst, Boeing's VP of Commercial Marketing, framed it as a careful balance between risk and versatility. The replacement market for aircraft seating over 350 passengers, including aging Airbus, A380s, and 777-300 ERS, totals just over 1,000 aircraft. That's not a huge market, which explains Boeing's caution. For Emirates, though, this aircraft could be a lifeline. As the world's largest Airbus A380 operator, they're staring down a massive problem. Their super jumbo fleet won't last past 2041, and there's no dedicated replacement. The Airbus A380 has allowed Emirates to pump enormous capacity into slot-constrained airports, leveraging Dubai as a global hub. Without something comparable, their entire network strategy faces disruption. They've begged Airbus for an Airbus A380neo. That's not happening. They've pushed for an Airbus 350 stretch, and now, finally, the 777-10 study has real momentum. The question now isn't whether Boeing can build it, it's whether they will. Airbus walks away with orders that shake the entire aviation industry at Dubai Air Show. Two Gulf carriers just handed the European giant deals worth billions of dollars, and one of them has broken a decades-long loyalty to Boeing. The numbers are staggering and the implications are even bigger. Airbus secured commanding victories at the Dubai Air Show 2025, landing massive contracts from Etihad Airways, Air Europa and flydubai that directly challenge Boeing's position in the Middle East market. Etihad Airways signed agreements for 16 Airbus wide-body aircraft. The order includes 6 Airbus 330-900 Neo jets, 7 additional Airbus 350-1000s and 3 Airbus 350 freighters. This brings Etihad's total Airbus 350-1000 commitment to 27 aircraft. The flydubai deal carries even greater strategic weight. The carrier signed a memorandum of understanding for 150 Airbus 321neo aircraft. This marks the first time flydubai has ordered from Airbus for its narrow-body fleet. The airline has operated an all-Boeing fleet since its launch in 2009. The Airbus 321neo order represents a fundamental shift in flydubai's procurement strategy. Air Europa also stunned the industry with a headline-grabbing move of its own. The Spanish carrier signed a memorandum of understanding for up to 40 Airbus 350-900 aircraft, marking one of the largest long-haul fleet renewals announced at the Dubai Air Show. The Airbus 350-900 will become the backbone of Air Europa's intercontinental operations, replacing older competitor wide-bodies and strengthening the airline's growing market in Latin America. Boeing did secure orders at the same event. Emirates Airlines committed to 65 Boeing 777-9 aircraft. However, the 777-9 program faces ongoing delays. The aircraft has not yet received certification from the Federal Aviation Administration. Boeing originally planned to deliver the 777-9 in 2020. The timeline has extended by over 5 years. The Airbus-Boeing rivalry dates back to 1970, when Airbus Industrie formed as a European consortium. Boeing had dominated commercial aviation since the 1950s, with aircraft like the 707 and the 747. Airbus entered the market with the Airbus 300, the first twin-engine wide-body aircraft. Initial sales were slow. The breakthrough came in 1978, when Eastern Airlines ordered 23 Airbus 300s. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Airbus steadily gained market share. The company launched the Airbus 320 family in 1988, directly competing with Boeing's 737. The Airbus 320 introduced fly-by-wire technology to commercial aviation. By 2003, Airbus delivered more aircraft than Boeing for the first time. This marked a turning point in the industry. Boeing held advantages in wide-body aircraft throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. The 777 program, launched in 1995, became highly successful. The 747 remained the largest passenger aircraft until Airbus introduced the Airbus 380 in 2007. The Airbus 380 could carry 555 passengers in standard configuration. Production ended in 2021 after 251 aircraft were delivered. Market dynamics shifted significantly in the 2010s. Airbus launched the Airbus 350X WB program to compete with Boeing's 787 Dreamliner and 777. The Airbus 350 entered service in 2015. Airlines appreciated its fuel efficiency and range capabilities. The Airbus 350-1000 variant can fly 8,700 nautical miles with a full passenger load. Boeing faced severe challenges starting in 2018. Two 737 MAX aircraft crashed within 5 months. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 and Lion Air Flight 610 killed 346 people combined. Investigators found flaws in the maneuvering characteristics augmentation system. The FAA grounded the entire 737 MAX fleet in March 2019. The grounding lasted 20 months. The MAX crisis cost Boeing over $20 billion. Airlines cancelled orders and deferred deliveries. Airbus capitalized on Boeing's troubles. The company increased Airbus 320neo family production rates. By 2021, Airbus held approximately 60% of the narrow-body market share. Production quality issues compounded Boeing's problems. In January 2024, a door plug blew out on an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX 9 during flight. The FAA temporarily grounded 171 aircraft. Investigations revealed manufacturing defects and quality control failures. Boeing's reputation for engineering excellence suffered significant damage. Airbus now holds a backlog of approximately 8,800 aircraft across all models. Boeing's backlog stands at roughly 5,600 planes. The A320neo family accounts for over 7,000 orders in Airbus's backlog. This gives Airbus production visibility for multiple years.